guys, welcome to a brand new episode of I Am Latoya Renee. If you are new here, welcome. If you've been here before, hey y'all, today is our week 52 GLP-1 update.
Don't play with it, don't be dishonest. Still not understanding.
Hey guys, I'm sorry that I'm getting to you guys a little late. It has been a busy week. Potentially some really big life changes are happening, and so I am late. I am tardy to the party, but I am here. So let's get into how week 52 went. Guys, when I was thinking about what I was going to say in this video days ago, I was going to say something like one extreme, and now today I'm going to say something on a whole nother extreme. At the beginning of week 52, I felt like my appetite was back. I felt like I was eating a little more than I had been eating while on the GLP-1 medication, which if you're new here, guys, I'm not on it. I've been off of it 3 weeks now. I did almost a year on Wegovy and then compounded semaglutide. So I've been off of it for about 3 weeks, and I felt like my appetite was coming back. But if you ask me today or the previous 2 or 3 days, I'd say I don't really have an appetite at all, and that I had to remind myself to eat. So it's really weird. The beginning of the week, I was eating left and right. The end of the week, not so much. So don't really know what to make of that. That has been something that I've been concerned about, because that is one of the benefits of being on a GLP-1 med, is that your appetite is suppressed. Therefore, you're not going to overeat or all of that. As it stands right now, I'm okay. I tried phentermine a couple weeks ago, I think, and you guys know I took it one time and was like, never again. I still feel the same way, never again. I still have the medication, but I'm not interested in taking it, and my primary care is completely fine with me not taking it. So that is that. So where are we as far as weight loss or gain? I had been holding steady at about 155 pounds. As it stands, the last 3 days or so, I've been sitting at 152. So that means I've officially lost a grand total of 78 pounds throughout my weight loss journey over the course of a year. That's pretty exciting. That's pretty encouraging. And in fact, I actually had went through a drive-through maybe an hour or so ago and saw someone that I knew from a whole nother place, and I hadn't seen her in person in a couple years. Has it been a couple years, I would think, but we're like friends on social media or whatever. But we immediately, when we saw each other, was like, hi girl, whatever. And she was like, girl, you look good. And I'm like, why, thank you. So I say all that to say, like, it's obviously very apparent and undeniable, the weight loss. Most people who, if they've seen me since the pandemic and then they see me now, they're like, oh yeah, you look very different. I feel good and I feel like I look good, and it's nice to hear that other people are thinking that too. So it's a good spot to be in. I still have my little haters, primarily at work, but for the most part, people are starting to say good things. I think the biggest question that I've been getting asked a lot here lately is, what is my goal weight? I don't have a goal weight. If you would have asked me that at the beginning of the journey, I would have never said anything remotely close to being 152 pounds. I think I probably thought that 170 was too small. But I am happy at 152. I like the way my body looks. I have curves. I am more so trying to focus on a couple of things. One, increasing my muscle mass. So, and with that, I want to tone my arms. I want to lift my glutes. I want to tighten my quads. And of course, do whatever I can do with this stomach. I've had some babies, so, it's not going to be perfect, but any improvement is loved and greatly appreciated. I basically want to tighten and tone, and I also want to increase my flexibility, which I've been working on as well. And I feel much more flexible, but I want to get it even better. Something that I've always kind of wanted to be able to do and have never been able to do, and I may not ever be able to do it, especially with the hip surgery that I've had in the past. But I would love to get somewhat close to being able to do a split. it's something I've never, not even in my childhood was I ever able to do it. So if I was able to do that, that would, you know, really show like to where your flexibility is like there. So that's something, you know, I'd like to do. It's not a requirement. I do just want to continue to increase my muscle mass, get stronger, and just become more limber and just feel more relaxed and fluid and comfortable within my body, not so tight and stiff. So that's kind of where we are with things. As far as the things that I've actually eaten, I have tried a few Factor meals, and I did do like a review or two on some Factor meals. I actually paused my subscription this week because more times than not, I didn't really enjoy the meals. I'd rather just make my own. And I shared a meal with my mother last night, and she's like, we could, you know, like, she's like, Toya, you could do better than this with your eyes closed. Whatever. And so I think I've paused my subscription, and I'm going to start really focusing on, or making the space to just make better food options at home. It is like, I don't cook a lot. I don't enjoy cooking. It doesn't mean that I'm not good at it, because actually people say I am. You know, the things that I've made have been good, but I don't enjoy cooking. I do enjoy the convenience of the food already being made and prepared and ready for me, but it is something that I'm going to have to just pivot to and adjust to, and just make better meal options at home. Not only from a cost perspective, but also from a nutrition perspective. That way I'll know exactly what I'm putting in my body, because I have worked hard to get to this size, to get to this body, and I want to maintain it. So I am going to make an effort to start cooking more, and cooking nutritious things, not things, you know, basically cook things that are on the outer edges of the grocery store. They say, you know, all the things on the outside edges tend to be healthy. The things in the middle are processed and you need to stay away from. So I'm going to try my hardest to start doing that, because I want to keep this body. I do. I really like it. I'm really enjoying it. I see the development, the growth, and I recognize this person, as opposed to before I didn't really recognize who I was. So I'm in a much happier space. So that's the latest and the greatest, guys. If you like the content that I'm offering to you, I want you to make sure that you hit the like button as well as the subscribe button, so that when new content does post, you are one of the first people to see it. It also helps this channel grow. I will, of course, be posting brand new content for you here very soon. Stay tuned for that, guys. I love each and every one of you, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.